But the problem he has with me is that I never told him the truth. He asked a friend of his, and we have somebody who came in through an agency and probably was promised heaven, but is going through hell. Then I become the subject of ridicule. If you want to travel to the UK, to Canada, to Australia, or any other country, there is something very important I want to tell you. It's raining today. So, what I want to tell you is based on a conversation I had with a friend. Apparently, it's a Facebook friend who contacted me and said he wanted to travel to the UK, and since he believes I've been here for quite some time now, and he's been watching most of my videos, he believes that I'll be able to tell him probably what is actually transpiring here so that it helps him to make an informed decision. In fact, for me, I think it was a very good thing because I believe that to be successful in whatever you do, especially if you want to travel, to have that kind of success in it, it's much more of you seeking for information. So I felt like let me spend a few minutes of my time to have a chat with this gentleman, and I did. But what actually happened was, I think after my conversation with him, he went to speak with a different person and he had a different story altogether. So he came back to me and said, why did I have to tell him a lie? My battery is running low. I think I have to finish this week. Yeah, so he came back to me and said, why do I have to tell a lie? And I was like, what do you mean by I'm telling a lie? So what he said is that he wanted to seek information from me so that at the end of the day he can make an informed decision. And probably, he is very much appreciative of the fact that I had time to converse with him. But the problem he has with me is that I never told him the truth. He asked a friend of his and he's got a different experience altogether. I said UK is this and that and this is how it happens, but his friend has told him a different thing altogether. So I was like, So what I did was I asked him where his friend is and he mentioned the location. And I asked him, does he know where I am? And he's like, no, okay. So what I told him is that you see, it's very good that he has sought for different information from different angles and that he has got different experiences. Now this is to tell him that even though we are all in the UK, the point is that we have different experiences and it all boils down to where we are working. It all boils down to the location we find ourselves. It all boils down to, for some people, what happened was probably maybe they were nurses back home, but were finding it very difficult to get opportunities in here. But fortunately enough, they had an uncle, they had a friend, they had somebody in here who invited him or her in here to probably do some kind of visit. And at the end of the day, this person was wise enough to capitalize on that to do his or her NMC registration and is now a nurse in here. We have somebody who came in through an agency and probably was promised heaven but is going through hell. We have somebody who was promised by an agency that this and this are going to happen, and actually probably they are enjoying that. So if you should ask the experiences of each one of these persons, what happens here is that they will tell you something different. And that is why I think that if you want to travel to the UK, not even to the UK alone, to Canada, to any other country, the best thing you have to do is to seek for information. The best thing you have to do is to ask questions. It's not about just asking one person. Ask many different people to tap into their experiences, and you get to realize that each one of them is telling you a different story altogether. And it's all because we came in differently. It's all because we came in through different routes. So if this person had not asked a different person about his experiences in the UK, then it's like he's going to base on whatever I've told him to make an informed decision. Another day, when he comes in here, he's not seeing the results, so he's not seeing whatever I told him. Then I become the subject of ridicule. That why did this person have to lie to me? Why did this person have to say this? So the advice I would want to give you is that if you want to travel to any of these countries that I've mentioned, just make sure that you are seeking for the right information from the right people. It is very, very important. Don't just pick yourself up and then come, because information is very, very important. You can't just pick yourself up and then come. Ask so many people questions, especially if you know friends who are in the UK. Ask them questions. Just as he asked me, I was very happy. He went further to ask somebody and had a different experience. But his problem was, I think he was thinking that we should have the same experiences all together, but that is not so. You see, so what I want to say is that it's good. I mean, to what I want to say is that for me, I won't advise anybody not to come to the UK or not to travel because there's every good thing in traveling. I mean, even if you are not traveling for greener pastures, there are a lot of things that you see that you might not have seen in your home country. So that is some kind of experience you can get. So what I want to say here is that just my battery is running low. Okay, what I want to say is here is that just to finalize, the advice I wanted to give based on the conversation that went on between me and the gentleman is much more of the fact that ask questions. Okay, if you want to travel, don't just start preparing, don't just start doing things independently. For some of us, we are quite unfortunate that we never had friends, we never had any family member who had gone ahead of us, or probably who was in the UK that we could secure much information. So we just came in based on, I mean, whatever we heard, whether they were true or not. But if you have a friend who is in the country you want to travel to, then I think the best thing you have to do is to reach out to him or her and then try to seek for more information. This is what I wanted to share with you, and I believe that whatever I've shared here is going to go a long way to help you. Hope to see you in my next video. My battery is running very low, so I have to take it to charge. Alright, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button right under this video and become part of the family. See you.